What is up? It's me, Bizflip. And today we are joined with the one and only, hand customized Zengitsu, Asgard Zengitsu. This guy is one of my most unique, if not the most unique flipper I have, for a couple of reasons, but I think I'll make a separate video talking more about him. But yeah, I think this is kind of one of those sleeper balisongs that, while it is very different, non-standard, man, this thing is gorgeous and actually not that bad of a flipper. So yeah, for today's discussion, we are going to be talking about, is balisong flipping cringe? Let me change you guys to manual focus here. Okay, we're locked in. So, yeah, is balisong flipping cringe? And I've been thinking about this question because, you know, this hobby is somewhat niche, and I have mentioned it to people. And, you know, I've received mixed receptions about it. I am somebody who is somewhat of an anxious guy, an anxious person, but I try not to be. I just recognize that I have those anxieties at times, those cognitions, if you will. And with that, one of the things is, you know, that self-consciousness about, you know, is this hobby that I spend a lot of time in something that I really can share with people? Because I feel like on its surface, sometimes people don't really understand the appeal to this. And I've done a lot of thinking. I've done a lot of deliberation, if you will. And I've come to a couple of conclusions. I think the one and the most important thing I want you to take from this video is, why does it matter if it is? Let's say hypothetically that balisong flipping is cringe, and I don't think I'm the arbiter of truth in this situation, so whatever I say is whatever I say. It doesn't really make it right or wrong, but you know, let's say it is cringe, right? Well, yeah, what does it matter, right? Because I'm not doing this for other people. You know, this is something that fills me with satisfaction. This is my hobby, something that I enjoy. And, you know, I think the buck stops there, right? Like, I don't need to do this for other people. Other people's input on what I do doesn't matter, right? That doesn't define me. I'm the one who has dictation over how I wish to live my life. So, in that regard, if it is cringe, like, you know, fuck you. Basically, like, what does it matter? And with that in mind, I guess I've been more open about telling people with it, because, hey, like, this is a part of, like, my identity, because I do spend quite a bit of time with them, and, you know, while it might not have something that, like, serves utility, like, there's not, like, a utilitarian purpose to what I'm doing, I don't think that makes it invalid as a hobby. You know, often we look at things in our society as, like, productive, and I think productivity is often measured monetarily. I don't think that's how it should be done, but that's just how we do it, right? You know, if you are successful, you're somebody who makes money. And having a skill or something like that is there to service that goal of earning money. So things like video games or flipping a knife between your fingers, you know, there is no realistic path towards economic success in those hobbies. I'm not saying it's not possible. I mean, I'm a content creator, so to some extent, like, there is a potential for monetary gain. Now, I haven't gotten any money from this YouTube channel, and, like, the only free thing I've ever gotten was the Frank, which was given to a lot of people. And I'm not underselling the value of getting something for free. I think it's really cool, but I'm just putting it into perspective that I haven't really earned anything from this hobby. So under that context of success, you know, there is something to be said that this doesn't really meet that standard. But also, like, you know, I was talking to somebody, I was playing games, and they were like, you know, don't you feel like you're wasting your life playing video games? And, you know, I was thinking about that question, and I thought, like, well, you know, I enjoy doing it. And there's, like, other things that I need to, like, meet. Like, I do exercise frequently. Like, I do, like, Monday, Tuesday, rest on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, rest on Saturday, and then maybe a light thing on Sunday. And if I meet those requirements and I have all my other stuff taken care of, then yeah, like I can game. I've earned that time, and I don't feel like I'm wasting my time. I'm doing something that I enjoy, and that's that. That's where it stands. But I've also talked to other people who say that, you know, it's not cringe, that it's actually quite cool. And, you know, not everyone's going to say it's cool because it's subjective. It's up to someone's opinion. But I've had people, you know, actually agree. I think, you know, maybe it's that ADHD in me or something, but being physically capable of doing some like high skill thing is very rewarding. I don't know about you guys, but when I was younger, dude, I had this like super hyper fixation on watching people who would be like really good at their jobs. Like somebody who would like be a cook and they would like cut something really fast, or they were like a busboy and they would clean the table super fast. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some people who bust those tables really fast, and I will admit it's kind of cringe. You know, I think in life there is no escape from cringe. I think cringe is in all of us, in all things, and you know, it's something that you just kind of lean into or ignore instead of trying to run away from it. But yeah, like I think being physically talented at something is impressive, and I think some people can recognize that and have similar interests, even if it's not necessarily with balisong flipping. You know, there's a bunch of different skill expression things that we can do in our lives, and this is just a further outlet for that, basically. And I think another thing that makes it not cringe within like the local sphere of balisong flippers is the appreciation for developing a skill. I think that's like one of the most unique parts of this hobby. I know that this is a persistent thing with other things. Like, I'm an aim trainer, kind of. I've gone through, like, phases where I do it and where I don't. I mean, mostly I play games with other people, so that's, like, more the reinforcing factor. But, you know, I've done that, like, Kovacs grinded stuff, and this is very similar in that feeling, because balisong flipping is about putting in the work, putting in the time, and developing a skill. And there's a lot to take away from that outside of just, you know, spinning a piece of metal between your fingers, right? And that's kind of what I've always talked about on this channel with my more, like, deeper thoughts, I guess, is just, like, the stuff that I can take away from doing something like this. Like, I can understand that on its face, this is a pretty unserious thing. But, you know, like just like all things, there's... the more you look for meaning, the more you can find it. So, yeah, there is like that inner appreciation of people who understand the time that it takes to get to something, and I think that there's a lot of value in like developing your style and developing like your flow, and like the consistency. And really getting an understanding. There's like a moment in flipping where if you flip long enough, you have like this mental image, this clarity about what orientation the knife is. There's a bunch of different things that give you that inclination of like where a knife is in your hands. Like for me, my favorite part is the feedback from a handle. So something like the Ender, for example, it's got like these big open speed channels, which give it a lot of feedback. I know where I am holding the balisong, and I think this kind of stuff comes with time. It comes with learning and really familiarizing with something. I don't know. Yeah, I guess really, you know, when we look at it, right, balisong flipping is just another way to show dexterity, and I think dexterity is, simply put, something that can be really cool. So yeah, it doesn't need to be more complicated than that. And at the end of the day, like, It's all for me. I'm doing this for me. So yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this topic. You know, be mindful of other people's ideas. I mean, we don't really have too much disagreement in the comments for the most part, but yeah, if there is a question that you want me to cover, you know, feel free to leave it in the comments, because, you know, I think of things to talk about for YouTube videos, but, you know, I like when people posit questions, because it opens up my eyes to different aspects of the hobby. And I think I'm just a guy who records my thoughts. You know, I'm just another guy. So, you know, if you think that there's something interesting to bring to the table, then please do so. Please leave a comment. Yeah, but it's been Pez Flips. Let's try to hit this scissor, because I've been trying to do it forever. There you go. Okay. We're going to try to do... Oh, okay, kind of frying. But yeah, it's been Pez Flips, and I will see you guys in the next video. And let's do a combo until I drop. Okay. The handles on this guy are so thin, and it's kind of slippery, but there you go. Bye.